Okay, it's 6 o'clock, so let's call the meeting to order, and rather than sit down and get right back up, let's say the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Dave, if you would please call the roll.
All right, Brian.
Here.
Dave, here. Linda.
Here.
Heather.
Here.
Bob.
Here.
All present accounted for.
All right, thank you. We have the agenda, but Bob needs to add something to the agenda.
Curdy Marshall. And then I think Dave's got something to add to it as well.
Yeah, I got a couple quotes from Bill today for a gate to go in there in the parking lot.
Okay,
So-
gate for the parking lot.
All right.
Do that
Okay.
underneath Curdy, I guess.
How do you spell? Is it Curdy? Is that what you're saying?
Just
Curdy.
Curdy.
It's just, everybody calls him Curdy, but his name is Kurt.
Starts with a
Kurt
C.
Marshall, yeah.
Oh,
But,
Kurt
you know,
Marshall.
Yeah.
But everybody calls him Curdy. Don't call him Kurt.
Okay. All right, Curdy Marshall. And yours are from Tractor Supply, is that it? Or the bunch of
Well, there's a
different-
couple quotes and the two of them came out identical, so.
Okay, quotes for the gate.
Right.
And I would also, under where we have, where did it end up? The bids for the pickleball fencing. I'd also like to add, it's not exactly going with it, but it's a privacy fence, if you would just add that along right next to it. So, with those adjustments, if we could have a motion, please,
I'll
to
make a
approve the
motion.
agenda. All right.
Hey, hey.
We have, jump right on that. We have that, if I could have a second.
I'll support.
The support, okay, we have all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. All right. Thank you very much. I have just brief remarks, which I'm going to have to read because it's big print. On behalf of the outgoing board, congratulations to the new board. There's no one sitting here on this current board here that doesn't absolutely love this township and this community. I mean, it is so important to us all. And what we want for you is to be very, very clear that this is so important to us that we turn this over to you so that you can be very, very successful in your care of this. There's a vast network of resources available to you, and as well as very like-minded colleagues who are available to you to help you as you navigate all of the minefields that await you as you kind of go through the different challenges that are out there. And there are challenges. Our Michigan Association of Townships is a great resource. And this is one book here. We all have our sort of Bible, which we reference. We'll all turn our copy over to you. Chuck, this is my copy. You'll get this. I'll leave it on the desk for you. It truly is a Bible. And I go through this, I use this every single week. And it's a terrific resource. There are rules, lots and lots of rules that govern what we do. Let this be your guide and take advantage of it. Take advantage of the MTA training that's offered of you, especially in the very beginning. That training is invaluable. Please rely on the township staff here. We have some of the best staff around. They are experts in their field. They know what they're doing, and they are wonderful. Some of the items on today's agenda are here because they're here to ensure that you're positioned for success. We want nothing more than for you to be successful, because your success is the success of this township. Other items are just general business items. And so when we turn these items over, when we vote on them, then it's your role to carry them forward. Chart your own course as a board. That's important. Make your own course. Respect the process and respect each other. Get to know each other and who you are as a board. It's important. Most especially learn Robert's Rules of Order. It's important as you run this board. Each person has their own role in making the township meeting come together. However, the supervisor's role is in setting the agenda. The supervisor is also responsible for developing the annual budget, as well as working with our assessor to ensure that we are prepared to meet the audit of minimum assessing requirements, also known as AMAR audit, which will happen in 2025. We've always gotten great audit reviews. So this is really important to this township. All members of this board have equal power. No one member has any more power than the other member of this board. And that's also really important to remember. The supervisor is just the spokesperson for the board. And the supervisor runs the meetings. The clerk has an incredible amount of work, as you've just seen, to do as the clerk runs the elections with the help of the deputy.
Lots of help.
Lots of help. Both the clerk and the treasurer are mandated to have deputies. And when I name just some of the things that they have to do, the clerk has to pay bills, and they have to run the election. And when I say run the election, running the election, and Heather Delamata is the deputy clerk. She is now going to be the clerk. An election is a constant thing. It's something that she is always updating. So, I mean, it's ongoing. The treasurer's office is very detailed. Part of their responsibility is to collect our real and personal property taxes, prepare financial reports, invest township funds, and maintain township treasurer's records. Both the clerk and the treasurer are always at their computers, staring at them, which would drive me insane. But they're always looking at numbers and, constantly. I don't know how either one of them don't have glasses that are this thick, but looking at numbers. So kudos to both of them for what they do. The trustees oversee the financial health of the township. So as you are a trustee of this township, you'll get records from the clerk and the treasurer that you will have to go over, and you'll stare again at numbers, assessing what we do. So that will be your job as trustees. And again, I want to say you will receive the MTA booklet. You'll also get a monthly magazine. I believe you get that from MTA, which tells you what you're responsible for each month. So as you go forward, we wish you the very, very best of luck in what you do, and congratulations for winning. Can't say that I'm really overjoyed about it myself. I do honestly wish you the best of luck, because we do honestly love this township. So with that said, we want to go forward and move forward on the agenda. Okay, the next up are the minutes.
I make a motion.
Second.
Any edits or corrections on the minutes? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried, minutes are approved. Treasurer's report.
Our October 1st, 2024 beginning general fund balance was $973,397.90. Revenues totaled $78,884.91. Expenditures totaled $57,882.48, leaving a balance of $994,400.33.
Anyone have any questions for Heather?
I have none.
All right. Anyone? Okay, we will place the treasurer's report on file. Thank you, Heather.
Mhm.
All right, disbursements.
You have a copy in front of you of the disbursements, nothing out of the ordinary or that wasn't planned for. Any questions?
No questions for Dave?
I'll make a motion that we pay all the regular bills for the month of November.
Support.
Support? Okay, we have a motion and support. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. All right, correspondence. You have in your packet a memo on Maple River. I just wanted you to see that. I just received that on Monday. So I wanted people to know that they are in the area. And I also have a meeting on Friday, or on Thursday, with Kathy Whipple and the new executive director on, and it's just I think it's just 4 of us. And they wanted it to be just the 4 of us, so. And I think they're just going to give me a kind of a private update on what's happening. And then I will type something up and let you know what the status is. So that's carried forward. And Chuck, if you could make sure I have an email for you, I would appreciate that. Okay. Do you use email?
Yeah.
Okay. If you could give me that and then leave that with me, I would really appreciate that. I'm have a manila folder that I'm preparing for you. So, public comments on agenda items. Anyone? Okay. New business. I'm first up on this one. I am co-chair of the Muskegon County Recycling Project, and one of the things that I recently attended, Tammy Jager and I have known each other for a while, and we also had an opportunity to talk with each other at the Roadkill dinner, and one of the things that the goals of the Muskegon County Recycling Project is to work out situations where there are recycling, where people who have townships, municipalities who have recycling, if there are areas where we could perhaps open it up to other areas. And Cedar Creek and Holton are so close together. And at one point, Holton had a recycling, they had attempted to have recycling in their township, but it was not successful because it was not manned. And we know for a fact that those recycling situations that are not manned are never, ever successful, because people unfortunately throw trash in recycling bins that don't have someone there to oversee the project. So Cedar Creek has been extremely well received, and it is open on Saturdays. We have someone there, in addition to me, we have a young man who works with me to oversee that recycling project. And Tammy I said there's no reason to not invite Holton to join us. We would charge them to have their citizens come and dump their recycling in our bin. We would not charge them anymore. Initially, we looked at it, we would charge them more. Then I thought, why would we do that? The longer I've been doing this, the more I realized there would be no reason to do that. The only difference it would cost me the only difference in having Holton come would be the frequency with which I would take the recycling to Grand Rapids, to Kent County. It would not cost me anymore. It would just be frequency of visits to Kent County. There would be literally no difference in welcoming Holton Township to come to Cedar Creek to participate in our recycling program, which is the goal of the Muskegon County Recycling Project. So with that said, I would like your blessing. Holton Township is very receptive to this. They would like to participate, but I said I would prefer that our board bless it before we open it up to Holton Township.
Yeah, I'd like to make a motion to have that happen.
I'll second
Oh, Dave supported.
Okay, so we have a motion and a support. All in favor?
I have
Aye.
a question.
Sure.
Oh, oh.
What about, it just occurred to me.
Sure.
Our helpers' salary,
Mm-hmm.
is that something that they would wanna chip in on because we're paying to man the recycling center?
Oh, it's a good question. I think it just comes out of the same thing that we're doing. It's the amount of no, I'm sure they would not.
Okay,
Yeah. I know Alan, that's not something that would come out of their budget.
okay.
Yeah.
And with the increased people bringing things in, you two can handle
Hopefully
it, correct?
the fees would
Would
cover his
offset.
salary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It would actually help offset what we're already doing.
Mhm.
How about a resource officer? Will he help there too?
Say that again?
I said, how about the resource officer? Will they help there too?
Oh, no. He is not in favor of that. He's not in favor of that.
That's a good
not,
one.
yeah.
That's a good one.
That is a good one, but he's
That
just
makes
not in
sense,
favor
right?
of that. That was, his priority was roads. Yeah,
This is a good thing to try to push forward. It is absolutely needed, and
Yeah.
appreciate what you do down there.
thank you. It still is a volunteer project
Yes.
on my end, so it's not, that's something I do as on a volunteer basis, so always did and will continue to do, so. All right, we have motion and support. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, motion carries, and then I will let Tammy know that we are in favor of carrying that forward. Okay. The next item on the agenda is Bob right now is the board member, the ex officio board member to the planning commission. He is no longer, as of November 19th, serving on the board. He will now no longer be able to serve on the planning commission in that capacity. So I would like therefore to appoint Gary Myers as the new, when he assumes the role of the trustee, as the ex officio board member to the planning commission. I have had a conversation, Lorraine and I both had a conversation with Gary, and he has agreed to, we filled him in a little bit on what that would mean, and he has agreed to serve in that capacity. So I am nominating Gary Myers in that role as an ex officio planning commissioner to the Cedar Creek Township Planning Commission.
Support.
We have a support?
I got a question.
Yes.
Isn't the supervisor's responsibility to appoint all of the planning commission board members per MTA? That's one sole responsibility of the supervisor,
It is the
correct?
the supervisor's role, and we need somebody for the December
Perfect. Thank
board.
you.
Yes,
Then I support the motion.
okay. We have we have a support, we have a, so we have both nominated, I can't. We're good, a motion and a support. So, with that said, could I call for? Okay.
Aye.
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 All right, I really bollocksed that one up.
My trip, Joe.
Yeah. All right, all in favor?
We just did.
Everybody said aye. I didn't say aye.
Okay, say it now.
Aye.
Okay, we're good. We're good. All righty.
All right, you're in. And we determined that next planning commission meeting, you have that date on your calendar, so you're all set to go. And Lorraine is going to get him the information that he needs, so he'll be all set. Thank you, Gary, for agreeing to do that. Well, I'm mixed up, I bollocksed up you getting there, but you're in. Thank you. All right, next up, the MTA new officials training. This is the new officials training. You can have this. I will make sure you get this. I don't know who else has one. Did you get one?
I did not.
You did not.
Mm-mm.
We can copy these for you. Did you get one, Heather?
I printed off a couple copies.
You
just
did?
on the website. When
Okay.
I was looking at stuff earlier. so-
Okay. So if we could make sure that Gary gets one tonight, and I'll give Chuck this one. So then we should be good.
Because that's actually, I think it's the day of December.
It's December 10th. Yeah, I don't remember the times, but it's in Muskegon,
Yeah.
and
Really good.
they don't often have training in Muskegon, so that's really
Yeah,
nice.
yeah. So, so this will be yours here this evening, so you'll have that, so you can register for that. And we're gonna need to work out, if you and I also could maybe sit down together and have a conversation about a few of the things that you maybe need to transition.
Yep.
Okay. Next up, bids for the pickleball court. And if you want to take those. And we sent out bids for 3 bids as required by our orders here. Whenever we have something that is of a certain amount of money, we are required by our policy to get 3 bids. And this is ARPA funding, So, we sent out 3 bids, and one of them did it absolutely the right way, met with me, and the other one just came out and did it on their own and didn't follow quite the rules. So I'm not quite sure that it's gonna come out the way it should. The other 2 are for the fencing, and they just, the one did it exactly as they should have, and the other one, again, just came out and did it on their own. So, with that said, let's see what they have to say.
So what is the privacy fence? I guess I'm not familiar
The
with that.
privacy fence, let's do the pickleball court fence, the pickleball stuff first.
Family Fence Factory. $10,257.
That's for the pickleball court?
Yep.
Okay.
Is this a chain link fence or? Affordable Fence Company, $10,904. Very close. But the fence factory's cheaper by about $700.
They're the ones that came out and met with me and followed exactly the stipulations, so.
Okay, do we need to vote on this or?
Yeah,
I'm gonna need some time to review
Yeah.
it, please.
Yeah, I'd like to see the specs. I mean, even,
Yeah, I know,
Quote-
I'm not confident
quote
voting
is-
on it right now. Like to understand who they are and, you know, are they part of the township? What exactly is the bid for? You know, all the above. Doesn't look like it should take too long.
no, it should take you,
well,
it
this
should
was
take you to,
detailed, this
yeah.
one is not, you know, so.
I can tell you, Family Fence is, Affordable Fence is the one that moved the fence, did a great job. Family Fence is the one that came out, met with me, did exactly what I asked them to do in terms of, the logistics. This is exactly what we want. Where the gates would go.
This one was pretty specific in terms of, you know, what they're quoting, you know, 4 foot, 258 foot, a 4 foot black vinyl coated chain link fence. I mean, is this
Black vinyl,
coated
that's,
There are 2 pages.
258 feet? Well, it doesn't really. Is there gonna be a divider between the two? or-
no, no divider between the 2. That was gonna cost too much more money. And there's no reason for that.
Pass that one down, reading this one.
I'm inclined to leave, those I know are vastly different. They measured differently.
I'm good.
Kinda need to look at them next to each other.
Whoops, throw it on the ground.
Is that one for gates as well?
One's got
2
gate on
gates, 1 on each end.
it. Yeah.
Oh, 2 5-foot gates. 265 feet, and this one is 258.
Somebody measured wrong.
Great.
Just getting a few bucks more. Can't we do telephone poles? We got extra. Put some chicken wire on.
No,
I tried.
good, yeah, good try. Okay,
I need to see the second one. I only seen one.
Put 'em, look
I
at
thought
them,
you looked at them both.
Nope,
look
I
at
did
them
not.
together, next to each other.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Do you want to take more time on it, or do you want to,
What's the board's favor? They're almost identical. I see a few difference in some measurements. Gates look the same. Placements where they're drilling through the cement looks the same. I don't have opinion on either contractor.
Fencing is not my area of expertise, so we need to get it done,
Mm,
and
We have the money.
we have to,
we have to use
we have
the-
no choice but
And
to
we've
get it.
utilized both contractors?
We've never used family
Okay.
or friendly fence.
Yeah.
okay.
Did you run the numbers on how much we had left?
I did, I should have printed them off. I wanna say it's like 28,000 left of the ARPA money that needs to be,
And we just have to commit that by the
it
end of
has
this
to be
year.
committed by
Committed.
the end of the year, yep.
They did tell me that Friendly Fence told me they could do this as late as December, assuming the weather was still good.
So I was gonna ask availability of their,
Okay, I can call for a motion here
Make a motion.
to go with,
Cheapest one.
okay.
well, there's some measuring differences. That could be the difference in the cheapest one. We've used the other contractor before and we have good luck with them, correct?
Well, yes, they were good, yeah.
I would need more time to truly study it to give a true opinion, so I mean, I can abstain from voting on it.
Do we know if Affordable is the company that the township has used in the past?
That Affordable is the one we
Is
used.
that the one? Okay.
They moved the fence in
Right.
to accommodate
I mean,
the,
even before though,
Oh,
we've had
that I
someone come
don't
out,
I
for
don't
the
know.
softball fences.
I don't know.
Okay.
You know me, I just need a little bit more time to study and
Well,
pull
what I
some
would
background
do,
on the vendors. So they both look very identical. I can say that.
what I would do then is, call for a meeting, call for a special meeting,
Okay.
Sure.
okay? To, you wanna take we'll make copies,
Like
and then
so.
we'll call for a special meeting
Okay.
to set this. And then we can, I'll do the same for these,
Okay.
and we'll,
Perfect.
okay. All right, are
You
you
know, I
in
get
favor of
anxiety
that?
with the money.
Yeah,
And I will do another print off of where we're at with the ARPA, so everybody is
okay.
aware.
We have a week to, to do this. We do have to nail down our ARPA funds.
If the board wants to vote on it, I am fine with that, if you have an opinion.
Well, I'd rather nail down our ARPA funds, exactly how much we have left, and have the actual financial figures in front of us.
Yeah, the last
Sure.
time I seen it, that was like 28,000 or something.
It's,
Yeah.
yeah, right in there, yep.
Because we are also responsible for getting those numbers in.
Mhm.
Because
This
if
fiscal year.
Heather and I don't do that, Chuck has to do that.
Yep.
And he does
Chuck
not
says
want to
get
do
it
that.
done.
I can tell you, Chuck does not want to do that.
Yes.
But there are other things we could spend money on too, other than fencing. So
Right, we just
Yeah.
need to, we
Identify.
need to get that figured out before
Right.
the end of the year.
Right,
Yeah,
Yep.
okay.
Calendar or physical?
Calendar.
calendar, yeah,
And the other one,
yeah.
So do you want to open these now, or do you want to wait for a special
we
meeting?
need to open them and view them, I think.
Yeah, I can tell you one measured 220 feet and the other went like 110 or something like that.
So-
I just remember that's what one told, because I was there when one measured it.
So what is a privacy fence for?
Our neighbors?
Oh.
Who
Across the
just,
street?
no, no, we can't block the road.
Oh, this way.
Over here.
Oh, no, this way. Lorraine knows. We have an ordinance that tells us that you can't have loads of stuff. Like,
Again, I just, more time to study it.
yeah,
I'll
but
be-
in the front yard, so they opted, so the ordinance says you need to move your physical possessions into the backyard. So they said, okay, we will move our physical possessions into the backyard. We will physically move them to the property line, right along your property line, which they did, right along the park property line. So,
What about the north-south border? Can we block that off too?
that's not our property line.
Well, it is. Behind theirs, going north.
I'm talking about this property
I,
line right
I
here.
know, but what about where our property borders their property on the north-south boundary? I'm gonna put a fence off everything? And someone on the other end put their own privacy fence up. Are we gonna pay for that?
I'm raising this as an option.
That's the first time hearing about it.
Well, have you walked it,
Have I walked what?
the trail there?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we put the post in.
so, you know what I'm talking about right there.
Yeah, I didn't see it as an opportunity to put a fence up, that's all.
So, I'm not saying it's something that needs to be done, I'm saying this is and there's no room, I explored putting trees up, Dave. There's absolutely no room to put trees up, which is a less expensive option, but here's how much room you have. Here's the walking trail, and here's here's the walking trail, and here's their fence. There's like no room to put a tree. You'd go over the walking trail. So it can't be done. So, anyway,
So do we need a motion to table these
Yes,
to
we
a
do.
special meeting?
we do.
I'll make the motion to table for a special meeting to review more in depth and give time to study the vendors.
Second.
And I will schedule that meeting.
Well, you know the one guy,
Mhm.
he used to own Pat's Roadhouse.
Yeah.
Steve.
Oh, okay.
Okay, Next on the agenda is Curdy Marshall.
Okay, that's me.
No, you're Bob.
Bob Wright.
We recently put in telephone poles out in the parking lot to keep people from going in and out and stuff like that. Well, Curdy Marshall got a skidder, and we were breaking our backs, and it was taking us a long time, and Curdy come down with that. Boy, it made life a lot better. And I'm asking the board for $200 for diesel fuel, 'cause that thing really uses the fuel. So,
And you wanted no money first time, correct?
no money first
Yeah,
time,
money,
just for
yeah.
fuel.
I'll second
Just
that.
cover his fuel that he burn up, so. And I'll make the motion.
And I second it.
Okay, we have a motion and a support. I do have a question. Heather, will you need, or Dave will need an invoice? Somebody needs an invoice.
Yeah, the auditor would appreciate that if we have something that's,
We
you
can do
know,
something,
yeah,
Okay,
states what it is for.
okay.
yeah. He's not asking for it, so we'll make up a,
Right, just stating what the
Right,
project
put it in
was and
file,
why,
right.
yeah. Yep,
Okay,
just for the paper trail for the auditor.
okay. So as long as we can have that and we have a clean paper trail, then, okay. Then I will call for the call. No, I'll call for the call. Everyone in favor?
I,
Aye. Motion carries. Thank you. All right, next on the agenda is quotes for your gate. Dave.
Oh,
oh. Yeah, this was a gate to put in the space we have out in the parking lot. We left for tractors and lawnmowers to get through. We have two quotes, one from Tractor Supply and one from Family Farm and Home. They're identical at $221.98. So,
I'll make a motion that we approve a gate at $221.98.
Sport.
All in favor?
I,
Aye. Motion carries. That's pretty easy. Go to the closest one.
Yeah.
That's how you do that one. All right, next on the agenda
And
is,
don't forget to do the no tax.
oh, yeah,
If it's billed, it's gonna pick it up, that we.
yeah, there's no tax.
Okay,
We
perfect.
have, keep tax out of it. So.
Okay.
okay. Next on the agenda is the resolution to redetermine annual special assessment for Don Snow, and that is you, Heather.
Okay, so this has to be done yearly. This is this is for the Don snow plowing that we do every year. We have to redo this resolution. The amount, you should have a copy of it. We didn't get much snow last year, so the amount this year for the 26 parcels is $12.54 per parcel.
Woohoo.
Wow.
We should like that.
Yes, yeah, the costs have come down a lot. The first 3 years, they were paying back the legal fees and
yeah,
the publishing
that's right.
costs for
Yeah.
getting it set up. That's all done, so now it's just, depends on how much snow we get.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
El Nino said heavy rains this year. That's what I've read so far.
okay, well, we don't have to plow for that, so.
Okay, do you need
I do, I need someone, well, I will make the motion that we approve this resolution. I just need someone
I'll
to
second
support.
okay, we have a motion and a support. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Thank you, Heather.
Mhm.
Okay, next is actually more in the way of information. This is our senior millage program. Senior millage has been very important to Cedar Creek Township, and the, did it get in here? I
I
didn't,
have it. You want mine?
yeah, somehow I didn't get it in my packet. This has been really important to Cedar Creek, and it's increased for, for 2025, the amount has now raised to $17,091. And Chuck, I have put this in your packet, in your folder, but there's an explanation of how this goes, of the steps that you need to take. But typically, what happens is the supervisor develops a plan for what happens, what the township wants to do with the senior millage money. So you decide what the best option is. It can be no option. You can decide that you want to give the money back to the county. That could be, some townships do that. It has been really well received in Cedar Creek. So once you develop a plan, then you take it to the board. The board supports your plan or tweaks it or whatever. And then once that is developed, once that is supported, then your county commissioner must approve it. And then once that is approved by the county commissioner, then the the Department of Public Health issues a check. And then you're off and running. And you can then support your plan with the township. So it truly has been very, very successful here in Cedar Creek, very well received. So this little packet right here, this is for the 2025 plan, is in your envelope. And the only difficulty with the way it works here is our fiscal year doesn't coincide with their fiscal year. So it's a little awkward in how they coincide with ours. So we make it work, but it's a little bit difficult for, in terms of timing, but it does come together. So we wish you the best on that one, and the seniors truly do love it. So I have nothing more on that. Board comments. I'm gonna, if I could start.
Absolutely.
Okay, and I'm gonna make it really brief. We were talking today, and first of all, I want to thank Bob. I want to thank Bob for being a really, really great trustee. He's a trustee oversees, again, I want to say, the fiscal responsibility of the township. He does that, but he does more than that. He has been a true working trustee. For years, he has gone over and above what any trustee needs to do. He's been a true champion of
Natural gas.
no, that's where I was going. I was going to say DTE. So knocking on doors and making sure that we would not have DTE had it not been for Bob.
Over 300 so far
Yeah.
hooked up.
Yeah, he's been
We need to
the champion.
continue that
Yeah.
with the new board.
Yeah.
Hopefully they'll get on board, and I'll give them information as they need it, because it does mean more to DTE if you are an elected official.
Yeah.
So I got a project out there now, but I'm not getting no response from Courtney right now, so I sent her a letter. Hopefully I'll hear something another week, and then I'll come back to Gary and Brian and see if they want to go out and do the work.
But he exemplifies what it means to be a true working trustee. And I mean, out there doing the, making sure that we have the things to get the pole barn in, and he did it a little ass backwards in my mind sometimes. I'm saying that the permits were sometimes following the actual building, but ask Lorraine.
I know nothing.
I didn't think so.
It looks beautiful.
It's a
Hey, it
beautiful,
turned out-
it's a beautiful
turned
pole
out
barn.
nice.
But again, you know,
It's insulated.
it's a beautiful pole barn, and we had those things because you worked to make them happen. And I'm so proud of what you've done here. I am truly
Thank you.
proud of what you've done for this
Well,
township.
We
And-
work for the people, and I think that goes a long ways. So-
You are truly.
Now every day's a Saturday.
Yeah.
So.
And when we were talking about today, is we were joking, and and this is bittersweet, and this is truly a team here. It really is, and we've been like family, and it really is like family.
We got
We-
a lot of stuff done.
Yeah,
Heather, and you with your grants,
yeah,
Heather with the park,
yeah.
we came a long ways in the 8
This
years
started
I've
out
been there.
because the park started out because Heather wanted swings for her kids.
They were climbing trees
Yeah.
and fences.
Yeah,
Rolling in the dirt.
this all started because it just mushroomed, and it mushroomed into something wonderful. But we literally are a family, we are a team, and you know how when you start out and you start joking and we said it's like we got a divorce that we didn't ask for, and Mom didn't get the kids. So Chuck, you got my kids. You better take good care of them. I am holding you to take good care of these kids here, Chuck. So you have a great team. So I'm trusting that you will take good care of them. So those are my board comments. All right.
Yeah. Take her advice, because it could make your job a whole
It will
lot
make,
harder.
if you don't take good care of them, you. All right, the next, who would like to make any other comments?
Well, I'd like to thank the residents, the board, all the people. Stephanie, she was there when we walked. Kim Young was out there, Crystal, when we first walked the park, and that's when Heather was talking about it, and boom,
Yeah,
thank you.
Thank you.
And congratulations to the new board. You're gonna be busy, more busier than you thought. We found that out, but we did what needed to be done for this township, so. And if I can, I'll continue to do something with natural gas, but somebody's got to. There's a lot of people relying on it out there for us to help them.
yeah,
So, and I'm willing to help Gary anytime you need me, get a hold of me.
Appreciate that, thank you. You're probably getting more calls than what you expect.
That's fine. That's fine. And I want to thank him, Bill Jeffries, Dave Stammy, Curdy Marshall for doing the parking lot, because I'll tell you what, that wasn't an easy job, but he made it easier for us, and so did Curdy Marshall.
oh, that's
So,
wonderful,
Yeah.
that's wonderful,
because he was experienced, so
Yeah.
he really helped. So thank you.
yeah.
Looks fantastic.
Anyone else? Dave?
Well, it's been 2 years for me. It's been fun, it's been challenging, it's been rewarding. And made a lot of mistakes along the way, but with a lot of help from the board and people like Stephanie, the previous clerk, we got through it. But one mistake I didn't make was in hiring a deputy, Heather Delamato, who's going to be taking over the clerk. She's going to do an excellent job, and she's basically handled the whole elections by herself, so congratulations. And I thoroughly enjoyed working with everybody on this board here.
Yeah.
It's been
It's a,
fun.
it's a
Likewise.
pleasure, isn't it?
Back at you.
Yeah. Brian?
Yeah, well, thanks for everybody coming tonight. I always start that with that, and I always mean it. Takes all of us to make this community work, grow. This board, it's bittersweet. Excited to work with you guys. I take this to heart. It's like family. So excuse me, but And thank all the veterans for Veterans Day yesterday, Armistice Day. There's a veteran sitting out here, and this board works very good together. We have our bickerings, but we always sit down, we look at the rules, we look at the regulations, we look at what's best for this community, for the people in it. And we have. And I know the board will come in and I'm gonna challenge you to do the same thing. And I have great expectations that we'll be able to do that. And thank you guys for what you've done. It's really changed in the last 48 years, and I've been very proud to be on it.
Thank you. Heather, did you want to say?
I suppose. Congratulations to everyone. I've already been working with Heather, and she's gonna do great. This is gonna just roll right in there. She did awesome with the
Nice.
election. Dave, the clerk is a big job, and you
It
did it
is.
well.
It
And
is.
You did a good job.
I think we worked really well together,
You did.
and I hope you'll come back and make coffee.
Oh, George, yeah. I meet George.
Yeah.
here.
Yeah. And Bob, I'm gonna miss you. We've been together for 8 years, and you.
We'll
always,
stop by and see you every
You
now
better.
and
You better.
then. This is Mayberry.
Right.
It is. It really is.
Yeah. Yeah. That is one amazing thing about this township is we have a lot of really wonderful people, and a lot of residents too that I never met until I worked here, and that are now like family. So you'll enjoy that part of it. We're very fortunate. So I'm gonna miss you, and I'm gonna miss you, Linda, a lot.
I know.
Thank you for everything you've done.
I know. Don't, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
You're
gonna
still
stop.
gonna see me.
Yeah.
I'm not going nowhere.
Good.
It might be a thorn in somebody's butt, but
Okay. All right.
Yeah. All right, public. Public,
I'm gonna go
Yeah.
ahead and say, just that first and foremost, I do not plan on breaking up anything that's going on. I plan on just walking in and say, where were we at? Plain and simple. I'm not none of this new sheriff in town crap or nothing, even though it's Mayberry, but, I very much appreciate your offering to help me get my feet wet, because I'm gonna need it.
okay.
Point blank. And any of you guys, I've talked to you all somewhat. You've all said help whenever. I will be making some phone calls probably here and there. I have no problem. I'm 100% understanding that I can ask questions. I can take advice. I can take criticism. I'm willing to maintain what you guys already have right now. I want 2 years from now, whatever, I want the same board value. That everybody feels the same. That, I fit in just as well as you did. You know what I mean? That's what I'm hoping. So there's no animosity, there's no nothing. It's like, let's step in, let's see where we gotta go, and let's move forward from there.
Perfect.
That's all I got to say.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Stephanie?
I just want to say thank you, and I'm going to choke up because I remember what it was like to walk away from this board. And it is a family, and I wish you guys both the best of luck. Linda, you've done so much for this township. When I started here, I didn't have to come in here 2 half days a week. There was nothing going on. This board, even with my help, but you've done so much more since I retired in 2 years. Dave, you took off and you did a great job, and you did pick the best for a deputy, because I have been in here to help you guys, and I've watched you too, and I know, Heather, you're gonna do a wonderful job. You got elections down packed better than me after 15 years, so. But Linda, you've done a lot for this community, and I want you to know how much it's appreciated.
Thank you.
Bob, you and I didn't always look eye to eye on things, but you are one of the hardest working trustees I know. And I thank you very much for all the work you've done for this township. And the rest of ya, just keep up the good work. Heather, you do a wonderful job. Brian, I've seen how dedicated you've become in the few years you've been on this board. So from an ex-board member to the new board members and to the old, I thank you all very much.
Thank you. Thank you. With that said, thank you so much. This is a genuine pleasure to be here, and for our last board meeting as a family, it doesn't get better than this. So thank you one and all, and thank you to all of you who are watching. Thank you. It has been a true pleasure for us to be here and to serve you. So, thank you.
Motion to adjourn.
Aye.